Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Wednesday, January 3rd, 2024, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $ ORION NWSF or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got NHL action this Wednesday night. The New Jersey Devils versus the Washington Capitals. I did get a chance to see a little bit of the Caps and the Penguins with Sidney Crosby and Alec Ovechkin last night. And I'm wanting to be able to see Captain Jack Hughes for the Devils and a little Alex Ovechkin with the Caps. Let's go, baby. And we already got a dono on the board, which is a very good sign. Thumbnail took a decent amount of time to get done. I was actually trying to find something that didn't really have the scoreboard so big in the thumb itself, but I think it turned out pretty damn good. You got Jack Hughes on the left, Alex Ovechkin on the right, and you can still end up seeing the scoreboard there with the rink and the players down below. Turned out pretty good, and I'm ready to go. And then tomorrow the Kraken will be on. Friday we'll probably end up doing another NHL matchup. And then Saturday, we're going to do some NFL. Sunday, we'll do some NFL, and then we'll kind of go from there. Let's go, baby. Odin Sun with a $20 dono. My guy, I appreciate you. Stacks on stacks, Rex on racks, a little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang, $20 holla. Let's go. 80 to go to hit the goal, and he is a big Devils fan. So nice to be able to get a dono before the stream starts. Sarah is in the building. Odin Sun always showing love. And we got 80 to go. That's a good start, 20 before the stream even started. And I'm actually looking forward to this matchup. And if I thought that I would actually be able to get a decent turnout, I know I ended up doing the Rose Bowl, in those two bowl games back to back, with Michigan obviously getting the dub and Washington getting the dub. So I figured we would take the day off, give Sarah a day off to, just do whatever she wants. But if we were going to do a matchup last night, we were going to end up doing the Caps and the Penguins, and that would have been a good one to do. It looks like it ended up going down to the wire. Each guy ended up getting some points. So in the future, if they end up going at it, I'll definitely try to end up doing that matchup because those are the last two guys in that particular generation that are kind of on the way out, and they came in with a lot of hype. And even though it's at the end of the career, kind of like a LeBron KD, it's like you're not going to be able to see these matchups that much more, depending on how long each guy decides to play. But I ended up catching a little bit of it, hanging out with Paisley, and then here we are. We're going to do this, and then we're going to end up doing the Kraken tomorrow. $20. Let's get to a hundo. Megan coming in with some support. I matched that dono. $20 dono. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $20 dono. There's only a couple games on today, so not a whole lot of options. I was really hoping the Kraken would be on, but obviously with the Winter Classic, they have one more day of rest. And when we end up doing the Kraken tomorrow, I'll be definitely anticipating that. We're at 40, 60 to go. Let me know what you want for photos once Odin Sun comes in. I'll start sprinkling in some Jack Hughes and maybe some wrestling photos or whatever he wants. And then you let me know what you're looking at, and I can get you if you want Kraken photos to represent on the NHL side. If they represent the NFL side, just let me know. I appreciate Odin Sun helping us out as well as Megan. I see the two of you. I appreciate the two of you very, very much. And we got the Devil spinning logo with a little hint of green there. And then I also have a Caps, but it's kind of like a side to side or kind of an angled twist and whatnot. But I was like, okay, this is kind of the best one that I'm seeing besides, the Devils one that I have. So we'll be able to put up both. It moves. It's barely moving, but I promise you it is moving over there in the top right corner. But these are always my favorite with the spinning logos. Lauren in the building. What's good? Yes, I am going to be doing the Kraken tomorrow. I was actually hoping the Kraken was on today so I could do today and tomorrow. But I am going to be focusing, since we are pretty much at the end of college football, we got the Natty left. The NFL is kind of coming, to an end. We are going to be doing more and more and more NHL until baseball starts, so it'll end up being after football is completely over. It'll be NHL with a little NBA and college hoops sprinkled in, depending on the matchup. If it's like North Carolina Duke or something worthwhile, then maybe we'll do that. Wrestling pay-per-views for WWE once a month, and then anything else that we want to kind of sprinkle in. But at least we still got the NFL, and we got one more college football game with the Huskies going at the Wolverines, and I can't wait. And I kept telling all y'all, Michael Penix Jr., if I'm telling everybody that is my favorite player in college football, obviously it means something. And I'm telling you that I like him more than Bo Nix, and I'm a Duck fan, since the 80s. And then now you start to see out of all the players that played, in that Final Four, who ended up showing out and being the best player, Michael Penix Jr. So, and another thing that I haven't really mentioned on the channel, why I always thought maybe Tampa could get him, I figured like the Minnesota Vikings and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the best fits for Michael Penix Jr. Minnesota, purple, throwing to Jetta, Addison, Madison, and Hawkinson. You got to beef up that O-line and get a brand new defense. But Michael Penix Jr. throwing bombs to Jetta, Addison, and Hawkinson sounds like a fantasy dream come true. And then also, if I can re-sign Mike Evans and I can have Evans, Godwin, and I can have Michael Penix Jr., a lot of people don't know this, that Michael Penix Jr. is from where? Tampa Bay. And so a lot of people don't know that. I was going to save that information for further down the road in my draft analysis. But there is a real chance, that they bring that hometown kid from the West Coast back to Tampa, and that would be insane for me. Lauren in the building, what's good? Daniel in the building, what's good? Let's go. And then let me know what you want to do for photos, Megan, as well as Odin when he gets in the room, and we can do that also. And then let's take a look at the schedule real quick, because obviously I could have did Blazers, Mavericks, but I've already done that on the stream before. It seems like every time I'm looking for something to do when it's just NHL and the NBA, it's like the Blazers are always playing the Suns or the Mavericks, and they played the Mavericks twice, but I would rather do NHL. So if that means Sidney Crosby's there, Jack Hughes and Ovechkin, whatever the matchup might be, it might not be maybe the most ideal, but Kraken always are going to get number one priority. And if they're not on, then I'm just going to go with, whatever the televised matchup is, or if there's a connection, to one of the people like Odin's son being a Devils fan. I messaged him. I said, hey, I'm going to do the Devils today. If he can make it, cool. If not, totally understand. But, only 2 matchups on tonight. So I said, hey, fuck it. Might as well, right? Let's go. Rumble. Yeah, I mean, we usually do all the WWE pay-per-views every month. I don't think we've really missed one. I mean, AEW is another story just because it costs like $50 to $60, and out of those $50 to $60, like how many people are really going to buy it? Like if I buy it, then how many people on the channel are going to buy it? Maybe a couple, but it's usually not worth doing like a live watch party just because most people don't got $50 to $60 to pay. Or if they end up doing like 4 big pay-per-views, it's not a lot, but still $240 for just 4 pay-per-views on the AEW side. It better be lights out and be amazing. But even with that being said, most people aren't willing to pay that much. But I usually am willing to pay for 1 or 2 a year if I have the money, A, and B, if the card is good enough. And there's been a few cards that have been worth me buying, and I have purchased a few AEW pay-per-views. I think I'm on average right now about 1 a year. So I have been wanting to do more than that, but it is what it is. All right, puck drop is going already. Let's go, baby. And you guys let me know if you guys want background music on in the background or not. Like I said, I usually just put it on for commercials or during intermission, but everyone is a little different, so. Let's go, baby. Hope everyone's having a fantastic new year. Odin, son, my boy. I appreciate what you did. You already led off, Megan, obviously matching you. So we're at 40 already, which is a great start before the game even started. and hopefully the Devils win. I have been looking into the matchups, and obviously I did look up that the Caps are 2-0 up on the series. I believe 6-4 in the first matchup and 4-2 in the second matchup. Correct me if I'm wrong. And so, they're up 2-0, and even though maybe Washington was on the road, now it's kind of flipped. Now they have the Devils are projected to win the two road matchups, but we'll see if they can get this first one, because they're going to be playing, I assume, 4 times this year. Let's go. You want tickets to the Stadium Series game? Brandon in the building. What's good? I don't know. I mean, I'll be able to find some photos, but yeah, let me know. I assume you want Jack Hughes and some certain things, but you let me know Odin's, and I'll be able to get some photos up here as well. And it was cool to be able to see Crosby and Ovechkin, like I said. But sometimes, I won't lie, I got pretty tired doing, 8 hours straight, 9 hours straight. It was actually kind of like 10 hours because it took me 2 hours to make those two thumbs. And I was pretty much in the chair for about 8 hours, 9 hours straight. And that was a long time. But I did want to do that Crosby Ovechkin matchup because I know how rare those matchups are. And it may not have the same, star power and fire as it did earlier in the career of them being kind of rivals and the new up and coming thing. But anytime you get legends that are going to be Hall of Fame, it's kind of cool to be able to see what they do. And they both showed out last night. What was the final score? Was it like 5-4 last night? So it ended up being a pretty high scoring matchup. All right, so let me take a look to see if I can find some hack in the jacket or any hack photos, and I'll do that for you, no problem. And then I can get all kinds of devil greatness for Odin's son as well. Icing. Cap sliding on the ground on their butts. I don't know. It just depends on. I've been recording pretty much every day, almost, or some weeks it'll be 6 days a week. Some weeks will be five, but most of the time it's 7 days a week. So there we go. Wow, that was quick. I was hoping that you get off to a good start. Devils 1, Cap 0. See, your little $20 offer to the sports gods. I let them know, and it obviously has worked out. Let's go. Yes, I am very ready. I just wish the Mariners were not dumb, and I wish we had an owner and a GM and a manager that would spend money. But even with that being said, if the Mariners are the dumbest organization with their money in Major League Baseball, I'm still going to be excited to be able to watch the product. Let's go, baby. Devils. Hell yeah. Good old Nico. Hell yeah. First shot, first score. Can't ask for a better start for Nico. 1-0 Devils. Let's go. I was hoping that for before the first period ended, not this quick, but I'll take it. I got some cool stuff here for you too. 1-0 Devils. Let's go, baby. Crazy, huh? Even with AR going down and the whole Jonathan Taylor drama, Like there's still a chance for people if Tampa wins, we're in. Obviously if we lose and the Saints win, they're in. So and fantasy football in our league is crazy right now because all our guys that we were anticipating using in this championship round are getting benched or sitting because they already have their position in the playoffs. So now, our lineups are a fraction. Like I had Baker, Mahomes, and Flacco, and I thought Baker would be the last one that I would use. And now Flacco and Mahomes are benched. And I was really relying on using them to win the championship because I'm down by like 40 points. So not ideal for me. And he ended up losing Kelsey, which he could still play with the backup, but Rashee Rice and then another receiver as well, like either Waddle or one of the others. So, having to get guys on the wire like a Brandon Cooks or or Robinson or finding these guys on like the Rams and the Giants and like random guys that you hope that can put up some numbers in fantasy. So we'll see where it goes. But that one game that I was hoping that, okay, this might be the one game that Mahomes can get me 20 to 30 points against the Chargers. And lo and behold, sorry, dog, you're going to have to win fantasy the hard way. So now I got to pray that Reflect only puts up like 100 points, and I got to put up like 150 or 160, which might be too much to ask for. But, and also on top of that, Baker is hurt with the ribs. So it's like, what do I do? I mean, I got Baker and Mike Evans. If they play against Carolina, I know they can play well, even though Baker didn't play good against them the first time around. I think he only got like 8 to 10 points, but Evans went off for like 30. So, but I ended up giving myself a backup plan. I got Carr, NFC South. He beat the Buccaneers and looked pretty good. And then I picked up Juwan Johnson, who just absolutely destroyed Tampa last game. So then if I have to go with another spot, I can always double up and go Carr, Juwan Johnson, or Baker and Evans. But I don't know. If I have to use Carr, I'll probably put Montgomery in and, use Connor at the flex, but we'll see how it goes. Not really too thrilled with all these sits. I really wanted to use Joe Flacco this week, but I guess it is what it is. I got to win. Lose, draw, die, live, all with Tampa and the Lions, I guess. This year, it's either I'm going to win it all with Tampa and Lions players or I'm going to lose it. So I say Kyron Williams. Yeah, he's nice. All right, let me see if I can find some pictures of Hack. Ten more. Let's go. Devils 1, Cap 0. Amazing matchup with Ovechkin going against Crosby last night. And next time if I don't have a back-to-back day, where I'm having 2 streams for 9 hours straight, because if I just would have had one stream in the morning, one at the night, I would have probably been able to pull that one off. But sometimes it's just nice to have a day off. But I don't like taking days off. I really don't. I mean, even if that means that if we hit the goal, great. If we don't, but I just like to be able to give max effort. But I don't want to get burnt out. And then sometimes there's just not really that many good matchups on. But there was that one last night. That was the one that we would have done. And we'll see if Ovechkin can get the Caps on the board to tie it up here. So I found this one. There's like a team photo and there's some other stuff, but I'll have to get stuff that's like a little bit closer for the Winter Classic so you can see everyone close up. But it just depends, on the tag words that are being used. I mean, if someone sends me the stuff from like the Twitter account, that had the pictures, if you want to send it to me that way, or the Instagram, or some of the stuff that I sent, if you want to send it back to me that way on Instagram or Twitter through like a direct message, even if it doesn't fit the screen, then I can put it up that way if you have more access. Because I'm just trying to call the game and trying to get you guys photos at the same time. 4 shots on goal for the Devils, 2 for the Caps. Pretty aggressive start for Odin's Devils. I like it. And if I go into my own social media during like commercial or the intermission, I'll be able to find all that stuff. So I know it looks awesome. It looks awesome. He looked awesome in it. I mean, I don't think there was a whole lot of memorabilia that they did during the Winter Classic that isn't desirable. The beanies, all of them were desirable. The jersey, incredible. The jacket, amazing. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a fashion guy too, so it's like if I see something that I don't think looks good, even if it's got my team's logo on, I'm not going to buy it. There's plenty of good stuff to buy where you don't have to just buy everything that is out. But I'll tell you what, the Winter Classic stuff might be some of the most eye candy kind of hockey, garb that you can see in quite a while. I don't think I've seen anything that really catches your eye like Kraken Winter Classic gear in a minute. Thank you. All right, let me pull this one up. Thank you. 1-0 Devils. I'm always going to be multitasking on here for anybody that's new that doesn't understand what's going on. I'm always going to be grinding it out. Oh, baby. Look at that. Like a Letterman's jacket. Like you're back in high school all over again. Love it. Very stylish. All right, baby. 1-0 Devils. All right, so I'm going to try to get some photos. What would you like, Odin? You want some wrestling photos? I saw a really cool one of the Bushwhackers today. And obviously, I thought it made me think of like my action figures that I had when I still have them here on my desk and whatnot. Like they may not be the most like popular tag team. My favorite was Legion of Doom, and then obviously, below them, most people like Demolition, Axe Smash, and Crush. But I always had a thing for the Bushwhackers, and I used to, chase my dad in the house. So always about Luke and Butch, man. All right, for now, I'm just gonna throw up some Jack Hughes. And then I'll continue to keep looking for more. If I just go back on the, like I said, if I just go back on the Twitter account, I can, I'm gonna have access to all the stuff and then I can format it from there or send it to Sarah. So there's a lot of good ones for sure. I mean, there's probably like 10,000, photos that were probably taken, but not everything's going to be released on the internet just yet. So Jack Hughes making hockey look effortless, baby. And they had to hit you with the white. Can't have two red jerseys in the thumb. So okay, well, I mean, what you let me know, man. A little bit of wrestling, a little bit of hockey, past, devil players. If you want something like that, from back in the day, we can do that too. Whatever you want, man. Whatever's gonna make you happy. Whatever's gonna Whatever's gonna make you, feel good, man. Going in here on a hump day on a Wednesday. All right, Devil power play here. Let's see what they can get done. That was a real quick whistle. Let's go, Devils. Washington definitely being passive, even though they're at home. New Jersey more aggressive, which I would be too. I mean, they got beat in the first two matchups, so time for a little payback in these last two that they're going to play. Let's go on cue, baby. Devils. Luke Hughes. Let's go, baby. Yeah. Nico. Assisted by Luke Hughes. First one by Colin Miller. Oh, Nico. Oh my. Making it worthwhile doing this matchup. Let's go, baby. And you can tell they felt like the more aggressive team, like Washington's kind of just standing around, and that's what they were doing. Let's go. Good luck, see? See what happens when you end up bribing the sports gods, Odin? Good shit, huh? 2-0 Devils, and we're only halfway through the first period. Best in the NHL, 30% in the power play. Golly, hey, pass some of that good luck over to the Kraken. 30% conversion rate on power plays. Golly, you're good. Number one in the NHL. Wow, 30%. But Kraken's is like 3%. You're at 30? Jeez. Oh, how many Winter Classics have they done? Like, what number are we on? I mean, I haven't watched every single one, so that's why I'm asking. 15. Okay. Unbelievable start for the Devils. They're number one in the power play, 30%. They lost the first two games 6-4, 4-2. And they would have got 5, 6 shots on goal, and they already got 2 goals. That's a hell of a percentage. Okay. Nico Hischier. I see you, Nico. Offsides on Washington. Everything collapsing for Washington. Everything going great for Odin. I love it. Let me get you a Luke Hughes photo up since he was a part of that assist. And then I'm going to see if I can find some more cracking stuff. Let's go, baby. All right, Nico. Let's see what I can find for Megan here as well. I got a real cool one here. Cool angle one. You'll like this one. Look at this amazing photo. This photographer gets a raise. Let's go. I love that. Appreciate the two of you very much. We'll see if we get anybody else to show some love on top of that too. Yeah, we got to have experts, on every single thing, or someone that has a good feel. I mean, especially if we're going to be doing everything, NFL, college football, NBA, college hoops, MLB, NHL, NASCAR, WWE, AEW. I mean, there's going to be something in there that, we want to make sure we're grouping all that information together. Yeah, I do like that. All those little subtle details and everything. It's like I almost wish I had it recorded on the DVR so I could watch the festivities, from the pre festivities and the intros, and then watch it all the way through again. Because my brain was a little scatterbrained. I was watching the Ducks and Liberty. I was making thumbnails for those two football games. Then I had to take Paisley for another walk. So I didn't really get a chance to fully enjoy that Winter Classic to the full extent that I wanted. But, big steal. Hughes. Nice pass. Oh, good defense there by the Caps. That almost was going to be 3-0. 40. Yeah, she's good. What a start. How you got 6 shots on goal, 2 goals, and your 30% conversion rate on power plays? That's crazy. That is wild. Yeah, get that out of there. Less than 7 minutes to go in that first period. 2-0 Devils. Good save. And then we'll do plenty of pictures during intermission for all of you guys. Shout out to everyone watching on Twitter/X. Actually got pretty decent views on there also on the Longhorns and Huskies game. We got 379 on Twitter, which is pretty good, for considering a live stream. Some people get none. So, and then the Rose Bowl, we got 77. So that's pretty good. Extra views, extra people spying on the channel, and hopefully some of those will convert to donos, subs, and potential stalkers watching on that end. So 400 a pop for the Stadium Series. I am going to Monday Night Raw this Monday, though, which is kind of cool. Me and Preston are going to go. We already got the tickets, and Monday Night Raw has been very, very good within the last, what would you say, the last month? Last few weeks with all the returns. You got CM Punk, Randy Orton. You're getting a lot of people coming back. I mean, especially when you get some of the bigger names to come back, then more excitement. New Jersey is very focused out here on the road. It's kind of crazy how that goes. And also like like when you grow up playing sports and it's like when you go to like that away, stadium or you're going somewhere, it's like sometimes you get too comfortable at home and sometimes when you go on the road, it's everyone against you and you can get focused a little bit better and sometimes you can play better on the road than at home, just depending on how good your team is or how you're flowing as of late. I mean, home field advantage and home ice is obviously going to be great. But sometimes, when you're kind of going through the motions and you're in the middle of the season, sometimes, you can play a little bit more focused hockey or focus sports, on the road than at home. But obviously in the playoffs, you want to be at home. That's big facts. Oh, that could have been another goal right there. Head of the table match. Now, so I mean, Roman's gonna have three guys, intermingled in, to be able to go against. You got Roman and Rock, Roman and Cody, and then Roman and a third person. Roman and Randy, Roman and Randy, Roman and Randy, then Roman and Rock, and then Roman, Cody, and then that's it. Something like that. There's going to be kind of a trifecta. So Cody wanting his WrestleMania moment. Someone's going to be upset no matter what. Yeah, Randy at Rumble. Yeah, and then after that, then what? WrestleMania. Who is it? Roman and Rock. And then obviously Roman wins, and then after that, then we're gonna go Roman and Cody, and then maybe that's the end. Maybe. I mean, it's all speculation right now. So, however they want to do it, or otherwise we're just gonna have Roman being the champ for forever, for like the next 5 years, and they're gonna try to make him the longest reigning champion ever, because they figured there's no one else that they can do this with, and they've already invested way too much time. I don't know how good that would be for wrestling to have someone be champ for like fucking 8 years in a row, but is everyone anticipating him trying to do like TV or movies or whatever? But I mean, if they tell Roman you're not dropping the belt for years and years and years, it's not like he's going to walk away and say no after he's getting paid millions of dollars and all the merch and everything. I mean, shit, if they're going to be like, you're going to be on the top of the mountain for a couple more years, okay, like he's going to say no to that. So, but I don't like seeing. When I was doing some research, I saw that Drew McIntyre, one of my favorites, one of my favorite big men. I think he's 0 for 9 in pay-per-views now. Like, stop playing with that man's emotions. He had the belt during COVID. Now, we have fans back, and his last 9 pay-per-views, he's 0 for 9. I mean, do that man some justice. Why are you doing my man Drew McIntyre so dirty? 0 for 9? 0 for 9. That's brutal for a guy that's that talented. So. All right, where else do we want to go for photos? You guys let me know. Let me see if I can find any other cracking cool ones here for Megan. Oh, I got some swaggy ones. Let's go, baby. I like it too because they had a lot more cameras for the Winter Classic than a regular matchup to get all the different angles. So you're always going to see like photos that you'll never see again until the next Winter Classic, and obviously having those angles though. But very cool, like right there outside with the clouds. I mean, there was nothing. If I was rich, I would have been there. I would have skipped doing the 2 college football playoff games on live stream, and I would have went there and stayed there. Like, come on, look at those jerseys. Look at the Flames. You kidding me? Awesome. Hope you enjoyed those. Six shots on goal for the Devils with 2 goals. Ridiculous. 4 shots on goal for the Caps. Egg. Nothing. Less than 4 minutes to go in the first period. Devils looking great. Caps looking tired probably from last night going against Crosby. Oh, we got some blood coming out. Blood boy. Uh-oh. Did you get hit in the face with a puck? Something happened. Jensen's mouth is all bloody. What happened? Did he get hit in the face with the puck? Oh shit, he did. Oh shit. Oh. Did it go? Did he have a mask in front to protect his face, or did it go underneath the mask? Because they only have that barrier over your eyes, and like if it goes, damn, yeah, because it's not going to be like a full face shield like in COVID or something. Like they got it like stunner shade style, like covering your eyes only. So you get hit in the mouth or in the jaw, like you might lose some teeth. I mean, even if you got, you know, even if you got a mouthpiece in, hope he's okay. Jensen to the locker room. Oh, or maybe Jensen's just going to get evaluated there. Looks like he's all right. Yeah. Did you lose it? Did you lose some teeth or chip them? Yeah, no stream on Monday because I will be at Raw with Preston, and we're probably going to sneak down. And I mean, we're not going to get in trouble, but we're going to scout. We're going to be there early, and we'll see what's open. And then if we can go to the camera side, usually there's only like a couple people sitting over there, And so if we can just nonchalantly act like we sit there, we might be able to get seats like really close, within not on the floor itself, but like the first they have 100 level, 200 level, 300 level. So our seats are 300 level, dead center, like center court. So we can see everything perfect, right? Like if we do Blazers or anything, it's like 50-yard line seats, but you're really high. So you get a great view no matter where you are. You're just higher, right? And then if we look across and we can get down to the 100 level in like the first 5 rows, not on the floor, but the first 5 rows, 10 rows on that 100 level, why not? So and then we'll get closer to the ramp and we can, see, whatever we need to see. And we did that for AEW, so and ROH when we got to see those. So I wouldn't mind seeing some wrestlers a little bit more up close and personal and whatnot. So and Monday Night Raw is, it's been actually worthwhile. I need to, try to get back to watching every Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Dynamite, Rampage, Collision, but I haven't been able to watch all of them throughout the last couple months. Bowie and the Devil, yeah. I wonder. I think I have a Devil one. Let me see if I have a Devil one here. Hold on, I think I do. Hold up. What's your Devil's logo name? Good save. Less than 2 minutes to go in the first period. Pure domination by the Devils. This one will have the background in it, but then see, it doesn't look as clean. You got to be. There's all kinds of crazy ones that they have, but if I'm going to do them, I want to have them where it looks clean. It has to be transparent. All of them have like a white box behind them for whatever reason. And then the white box comes behind on some of them. Not supposed to, though. Less than a minute 30. Oh, 2-1 Caps. They said, we're coming. Uh-oh. As soon as I put in the Caps little side to side wonky rotating logo, they score. And then I got this one for you. Wow, 3 goals in the first period. Damn, I thought they were going to get out of that period clean. That kind of came out of nowhere. I wasn't anticipating that. Fucking top shelf. He wasn't even looking. It was just like he shot it, and it was like he was, I think, you're looking for a pass to get it inside a little closer. Connor McMichael, 7th goal of the season. I got the crowd into it. We won't put up a whole lot of McMichael, but we'll address him. All right, baby, I got you. And it's either it is moving. I don't. It's kind of a side to side, a very unique angle that it's got. But I see you, baby. All right, Connor McMichael. All right, end of the first period, 2-1 Devils. Kind of cheap way for them to get back into it, but I mean, it's been utter just domination with the Devils. Washington got kind of on a nice little flurry there in the last minute 30. But if you've been watching, it's all Devils all the way, baby. Oscar Isaac, yeah. Well, we're at intermission now, so you guys let me know what you're wanting, and I got you. So. Wow. So you two let me know what you guys want, and I will take care of you. Oscar Isaac. Says sexy time. All right, we're at intermission. Now I'm here for you guys. Odin son, what do you want, brother? No problem. Good entertaining game so far. Figured it would be. We'll do a couple Bray Wyatt, and then maybe a couple Chiefs. That's a new one. Oh yeah, Martine. I like that photo a lot of him. Black and white is awesome. Now look at that. Look at the evolution. I love it. I gotta hit you with the Wyatt family too. Can't leave it. I can't leave you hanging with no Wyatt family. Let's go, baby. Rest in peace. We can honor him here. Still thinking about him. His impact has been positive, left a legacy. Yeah, it does. I agree. Oh, Martin Berger. Yeah, really cool one here. Little photo in a photo. Like that. Very cool. Nico. Very swaggy. Crisp. That HD 4K. He coming out of the TV. That's how good he was. Okay. Now, we got some really nice ones of him. Really like swaggy. Very crisp. Let me know anything else that you're wanting. And if there's anything else worth watching right now, I guess I should probably, even though the Blazers are terrible, I should probably still check in on the NBA side. But let me know what you guys want. Anything else that you guys want during the intermissions, keep me busy. But I'm glad New Jersey came out swinging, though. They got to win these next two matchups. I mean, they already lost to the Caps twice at home, so that's too much, so. Oh, so Blazers and Mavericks is just about to start. So that's a coincidence. So I should probably get my shit here situated so I can throw that on. 1 sec here. Try to get multiple screens up here. All right, I got it up. I got to put it in theater mode. There we go. All right, how many is Luka going to go off for? Probably an insane amount. All right, I got it situated now. All right, let me know. You guys let me know what else that you're looking for. See if I can find anything else. Devils for you. Oh, here we go. This is a cool one. Yankee Stadium when they did the when they did the maybe Winter Classic and when he went there. You remember that year? Reebok. Hope you're enjoying the photos. Can't believe we're already in 2024. Crazy. What's up, man? You let me know. Hi, Paisley. Oh, Blades of Steel. Great game. I wish I had my 90 NHL 94 and NHL 95. I wish I still had that. But I do have NHL like 2000 or 2001, 2002 on the PlayStation or PlayStation 2. So. It's a great game. You ever play NHL 94 or NHL 95 on the Sega Genesis? It is a classic, bro. Like NHL 94 is considered one of the best NHL games of all time. Even if it's on the Genesis. Oh yeah, like. I feel so many people that are younger have no idea how cool things were in the 80s and 90s. It's like you either lived it or you didn't. It's like you either understand, what this is life is about, and like with pre-internet, like how much enjoyment we got from just the simple things. And even if the graphics weren't the greatest, if the gameplay was awesome, it didn't matter. It's like it was better than Atari, so we were like, I love this. Oh my gosh. And then obviously the screen to get big when they would fight, and the music was awesome. I mean, hell, even the ice hockey one that had the little, the medium, and the fat character, and you could go through the rotation of that. Even NHL hockey was good, but this was better. The Konami games were pretty sick. And then they did like Mutant League football, Mutant League hockey, which was completely awesome too. And then they even had the cartoon of the Mutant League sport. And then if you ever played any of those were freaking killer too. 2K21 earlier and NHL Hits. Nice. I've never played that. I know. I played NFL Blitz on it's PlayStation 1. I have it on 64, but I also have it on PlayStation 1. Sometimes I just like to go back and play like old games from PlayStation or PlayStation 2. So let's see what NHL I got. NHL 2002. I was even playing NBA Live 98 on PlayStation. It's a PlayStation 1 game. I was playing it on PlayStation 2 because it had Sabonis in it. That's how much of a nerd that I am. I like to be able to go back and play with the older players. Like I can play with Kenny Anderson, Isaiah Ryder, Brian Grant, Rasheed Wallace, and Sabonis. Pretty sweet, when you can see like the older players and you actually have a game where you can still play it. There's nothing like it. But I got a Sega, I got PS1, PS2, I have PS3, gave away my PS4 to my old boss, but my two favorite systems to play are 64 and PS2. So nice, bro. You're just like me. You're literally you're a carbon copy of me, bro. Oh, we'd have a good time. Like, oh, you want to go to a wrestling event or a football game? Nah, let's just fucking go in the basement and drink and smoke and just play some fucking Sega or 64. I mean, if you have the right people in the right era, I mean, like, playing 4-player GoldenEye or playing 4-player wrestling or, or getting into, something cool like Zelda and like taking turns, back and forth and playing, like if you have some of those, games, Mario 64 or GoldenEye or Turok or the wrestling games, WrestleMania 2000, No Mercy, WCW, NWO Revenge, I got about 20 games on PS2 and I got about 15 to 20 on 64. So sometimes those old school games, I mean, I'm thinking maybe I'll just bring in the 64 tonight and maybe start GoldenEye from the beginning and do the missions. Like just be a nerd and just like try to go back at it. And it kind of just depends on my mood, if I'm going to watch something, if I'm going to read, or because a lot of times Paisley gets jealous, when I'm, if I'm playing video games and I'm not paying attention to her. But all right, looks like we're getting back to the action. Let's go, baby. Yeah, and I got an ATV game that's ridiculous. So in the early 2000s, like when PS2 came out, I invested in quite a few games and whatnot. I'm thankful that I didn't sell any of them. I just have a big ass case logic with like 50 movies, back from like the 90s and the early 2000s and like 20 games. So it's like the whole binder is full. Each page is 8. So 4 games on one side, 4 on the other, or 4 movies on one side, 4 on the other. So all right, we're in the action in the second period. 2-1 Devils. Let's go. I mean, even sometimes it could be something like Wolfenstein, Max Payne on the PC, Myst, Command and Conquer, or Civilization, Oregon Trail. I mean, whatever, Sim City, The Sims. Like sometimes just going back and playing something that was incredibly dope when you were younger. Doom, Duke Nukem. Like you're like, the graphics aren't that good, but it's not about that. It's about the sound effects and you remembering playing, back in the day. And oh my god, I mean, if I still had my old PC, shit, there's all these like new, high resolution and better online gaming. But for me, I would rather go back into my childhood or my, late teens, early 20s and go back to what I was playing like 20, 25 years ago. I get a lot of joy in those games. Playing Tomb Raider, from the beginning, or Resident Evil 2. I mean, it takes a lot of patience, but Earthworm Jim, that was one of my favorites. Booger Man. I always like to go to the arcades and play the turtle games with my buddy Justin. We always try to beat a game whenever we go. Turtles 1, 2, or 3. Like when you go on like the hoverboards and the skateboards. I mean, the arcade stuff is amazing. And I still love Vice City. I think that's the game I end up playing the most, when I just want to cruise around, listen to like 80s music, and then being able to cruise around. If I want to do a mission, maybe I will, but usually I'll do something wrong and then the cops will be chasing and, and then, and then you die and then you got to go back and, see what other vehicles you can get. So Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection. What's the Cowabunga collection? I got a lot of Ninja Turtle memorabilia. I mean, that's probably like the thing that's most linked to me, because like Transformers and G.I. Joes were people that were a couple years older than me. But like when Turtles came out, I was like 5. So when like, G.I. Joe came out, I was like 2 or 3. Same thing with Transformers. I was like, but I still watched it and I still remember it and had the toys. But like, I feel like when you first fall in love with something, usually it's when you're like 5 to 7 years old. And then everything from 5 to 12 years old is cool. So if you go back to your life when you were, had toys or hobbies or things that you thought were amazing, you go back to when you were 5 to 12. And if you do that in that 7 or 8 year period, you'll probably go back and really rekindle a lot of crazy memories. So GTA's Vice City, but yeah, I love it. And I don't have San Andreas, but I think that I would like to buy a used copy, non-scratch, of San Andreas at the video game store because I never, got a chance to play that and do the missions and go through it. I was just, I have Grand Theft. I played the PC 1 and 2, the over the top view on the PC. Played 3. I still have 3 in my binder. Vice City, but yeah, it's like San Andreas was always the one that my friends had, but for whatever weird reason, I never purchased it. I should have. I was an idiot, but I guess I had so many other things going on. I was also playing multiplayer 4-player PlayStation 2 with that multi-tap that I invested in to play like Madden with 4 players with friends, NHL, FIFA, and pretty much anything sport related to EA Sports or 2K. It was amazing because it's like, 64 had it, but PlayStation 2, you only had 2. So you had to buy the adapter. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm buying that shit. And then I'd have parties at my house and people come over and we'd have like tourneys and stuff and play 2-on-2. Lots of good fun. Good defense there by the Caps. 11 shots on goal for Washington, 8 for New Jersey. 1 or 2 discs, yeah. And I was a nerd too, because even though I liked wrestling and sports the most, I would give any title, fishing, Echo the Dolphin with a dolphin, like, it doesn't matter. Like, if I think the game is cool, I'll buy it or I'll play it. And then, I even did some RPG stuff, with like Final Fantasy and whatnot. So, I like the Zelda and the Metroid and stuff like that. But, some of the more hardcore stuff, I would even try, I would, because I had a lot of Asian friends that were like, oh, Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I remember I ended up buying, I think, Final Fantasy 7 and 8, just to get in on the kind of the hype with them and whatnot. But those ones didn't really give me as much enjoyment as like other titles because you had to be really patient playing those games. But if you figured it out, it was a hell of a lot of fun. The Cowabunga Collection, all 13 games. Arcade. Oh, wow. Turtles in Time. Sweet. Super Nintendo. Yes. Tournament Fighters. Yes. Man, even the Game Boy ones. Crazy. Oh, my gosh. The Game Boy and Game Gear was where it was at, bro. That shit was amazing. And I never owned a PSP. And I think that was kind of ahead of its time. I always thought PSP was cool, but I never owned one. You guys ever own a PSP or a handheld? I almost ended up buying a Sega Nomad, which was a handheld Sega Genesis. But at that point, then things were getting more advanced, with 64 PlayStation and going into the next gen systems. But I remember thinking, oh, it'd be so cool to play my NBA Live 95 and handheld, even if I had to have batteries. But they still have them out there, but they're pretty rare. Or like Jaguar or Neo Geo, TurboGrafx 16. Like usually there was like one kid at my school that had the expensive or rare system. But I was always a Nintendo and a Sega kid. Never had Super Nintendo. My friends did, and I'd go over their house and play Mario Kart and try to beat them. But I was more like Sega with the Mortal Kombat and everything that Sega pretty much offered. But I would like to go back and get Earthworm Jim and Earthworm Jim 2 on Sega and play that. Lots of good memories with that. Remember how hard it fucking was, but it was awesome. Sometimes just those little memories that you have when you're younger. Bodied up there by the Caps. Come on, Devils. Oh, big save. Toe Jam and Earl. Yes, dude. And like I said, I was such a nerd, bro. Like I was playing like on PlayStation, like Ace Combat, where you're like an airplane. Like I just remember how many random games, like one really cool game that was like from Japan. It was like Theme Hospital. So it was like The Sims, but you would like build hospitals and like the players would move around like The Sims. And then you would, have the doctors treat the patients. And if you didn't treat them right, then they would get all crazy. And it was pretty much like The Sims, but it was like, Theme Hospital. And I remember, some rando games like that I just loved, man. Like the Japan stuff, you know, or the burnt games or the Japanese games. Because I remember there was a trick with like the PlayStation 1 where you could put like a little piece of wood, as you open the lid, and then you put it on the sensor and you'd, like a pencil top, and you'd put it in there. And then as the game would load, you would swap it with an Asian disc or with like a copied one. And then you would, rotate them back and forth 2 or 3 times until the last load screen. And then once you did that, then you'd be able to play Japanese games with your PlayStation 1 lid open, or copied games or whatever. So I was like, ooh. So I had a bunch of Asian friends that were just like, geniuses, and they're like, try this. And I'm like, why? And they're like, trust me. And then I ended up getting into a whole new world of Japan PlayStation games, as well as games that I've never even heard of. Pretty sweet. Good to know some Asians. They smart. But I would love to play that again. I would get a freaking kick out of it. Like I'd lose my mind. I don't know how many hours I spent playing that, but a lot. Wow, Blazers are doing great. 9-0 Mavericks. MSU, what's good, brother? How are you? 2-1 Devils. And then we'll do Kraken tomorrow. And then on Friday, we'll do NHL again. Blackhawks and Devils, Hurricanes and Caps, Jets and Ducks. So I think we're going to do the Blackhawks and the Devils on Friday, Odin. I'm going to do that so that way I can see Connor Bedard and I can watch Jack Hughes. So looks like we're doing 2 Devils games in a matter of 3 days. And then tomorrow we're going to do Kraken versus the Senators. And then on Saturday, we are going to do the Texans and the Colts for Sarah. And it's the late game, and there's CJ Stroud and Minshew, and Steelers Ravens are on at 1:30, but we already know Ravens are going to win. Well, we would assume they would win, but even if they sit Lamar, but maybe the Steelers would win that game. We'll find out. Steelers are favored, but if it was like regular lineups, so a lot of teams that already have first place, or they're sitting and whatnot. But again, Texans and Colts will be a good one. So we will be doing that on Saturday for Sarah. So I know she'll be happy about that. And then on Sunday we will do Bills Dolphins. So I just don't like the fact that I can't use Patrick Mahomes or Joe Flacco when I'm already down by 40 in fantasy against Reflect. I was, planning on, getting this all lined up, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to score enough to come back, but I'm going to put myself in a position to at least try. But if Baker can't go against the Panthers, then that kind of fucks my whole Mike Evans thing. So then I'm going to have to go with the Saints, and I'm going to go. I told you I'm not a hater. I'm going to go with Carr and maybe do Carr, Juwan Johnson, or Carr and David Montgomery. My lineup is going to be better than his, and I got Green, but he's got some sneaky pieces that he had to pick up, like Robinson from the Rams and the Giants, because they have a good rating. So we'll see. No Kelsey, Waddle, Mostert, Swift, and he's got Cooks and Dortch. He went crazy last night on the wire and grabbed like all these wide receivers because he wasn't going to be able to use Waddle or Rashee Rice. So I get it. Or you got to be able to have guys that you can play. There you go, bang! Another goal, 3-1 Devils. Wow, that came out of nowhere. Amon-Ra St. Brown, of course, top 5 wide receiver in the NFL, arguably the most consistent in the NFL, or one of the. So I would know. I got him in fantasy. But Pro Bowl stuff is popularity contest, and it's not real. Most people would rather do All Pro than Most people would want, all pro status than Pro Bowl status. It's all a bunch of bullshit. Mercer with a goal, baby. We're going to get the Devils to win today and on Friday. What a great matchup here. 3-1 Devils. Nico, and Mercer, baby. Let's go, Odin. Hell yeah. That's what happens when I pay the sports gods and O-Dog. Good shit happens. He's like, if I wouldn't have done that $20 dono, maybe we're down 3-1. Laporta ranked the number 1 tight end in the NFL in fantasy. And then, if he ends up having a big game, against Minnesota, then he's going to definitely staple that. So, we got to fight. Yeah. They broke it up too quick. A couple just jabs to the chest, and that was it. He says, my beard looks better than yours. Bang, bang, bang. They stopped that way too soon. He's like, I grow a beard. You don't. $14-5. Blazers getting obliterated. Odin Son, that sounds awesome. I mean, I know they probably have that available, on one of those um, you know, off-brand, that has all the games in it or whatever. Where do you purchase this all 13 games thing? It's like officially through like what? They're going to have like you can purchase it somewhere and it's like a little mini system that has all the games on it or what is it? Love Turtles, except that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1. That's like one of the hardest games of all time. If you ever watch like videos of people trying to complete it, it literally, as far as like difficulty level, that is like one of the hardest games on Nintendo ever. Like you're not going to be able to beat that shit. Like it's so tough. There's even like gamers that are like break their controllers and break their Nintendos trying to play that and beat it. It's so difficult. Big hit in the corner there by the Devils. Oh, no worries. Anyone can talk when they want to. Anyone can suggest whatever. Shout out to the people watching on Twitter/X, 3-1 Devils. I mean, I'm here for Odin, to be able to watch Jack Hughes and, get more Devils games in. And it just so happens that they were on TNT against Ovechkin. So I said, yes, please. If I didn't have to do 2 games back to back for 9 hours straight with the college football playoff, we would have done Ovechkin and Crosby last night, which was an amazing game. And then we're going to do Kraken tomorrow. And then we'll do the Devils again on Friday. And then Colts playoff football for Sarah Saturday. What's better than that? And then Bills Dolphins on Sunday. Yes, please. And then we'll find out who fantasy champion is, Reflect or myself. I am in the hole. I'm down 40. So I ended up, averaging about 155 points in round 1 and round 2 against Chiefs. Chief. Beat him by 100, but I only scored like 111 when he got like 150 in the week 1. So I'm definitely a huge underdog. The chances of me actually coming back and winning is slim. But if I do it, I'm going to have some big performances by my guys and hope that some of his players shit the bed. And he scores about 100, 110. And I got to pray that I put up 150 to 170, which is not impossible, but it'll be tough, especially if I can't use Mahomes or Flacco. It's like and Baker's got a red matchup and he's injured with ribs, and Mike Evans has got a red matchup. So it's like, I don't know, maybe too many things are going against me. But if Reflect wins, he's earned it. And and the Huskies are in the natty against the Wolverines. I even told them If Washington ended up winning it all, I would sacrifice my fantasy championship if Washington were to win it. You know, we'll just see how it all kind of plays out. And it looks like Dylan Johnson's going to play in the game, even though he was like writhing in pain, and it looked like he was going to have an ACL tear. Michigan hasn't seen anybody as good as Michael Penix Jr. either. So I think that Michigan will be favored, which they should be because of their offense and defense. But I wouldn't count Washington out, especially if Michael Penix Jr. has time. Like I said, his status will go up. And even if he gets drafted in the top 20, maybe he'll go to the Buccaneers. He's from Tampa or Minnesota. And if we get Michael Penix Jr. on the Vikings or the Buccaneers, it's going to be incredible. Maybe Bo Nix to Denver, to replace that situation. Maybe Drake May to New England. Caleb, I'm not really sure. Maybe Caleb to the Giants. And, then they can figure out if the Bears want to keep Justin Fields or not. I mean, if I'm the Bears, I think I keep him. And then you can always draft a quarterback next year, and then pick up like Alt, and get like the best offensive lineman or get the two best offensive linemen. I mean, I know they wouldn't do that, but if I was Chicago, I would. You get the two best offensive linemen in the draft at 1 and 10, and then you add that to what you have. Yeah, it's not sexy like Maserati Marv or getting someone else, but what's going to be better for Justin Fields and that team? Especially if those offensive linemen turn into Pro Bowl or Hall of Fame guys. People don't want to do it because it's just not sexy. But I mean, if you have a position to get two, amazing linemen and they pan out, that could change Chicago's future forever. And yeah, Marv would be great, but if you don't have offensive linemen for Field to throw him the ball, he's not going to get that many stats. It's going to take that offensive line to be rebuilt and that defense. So we'll see. And Field sometimes plays good, sometimes plays bad. So I mean, but again, if you had a better offensive line and a better defense, Roquan Smith or Urlacher type of guy, Khalil Mack kind of guy, that would definitely help. So we will find out what trades happen, or maybe Washington trades up with the Bears and gives up an arm and a leg to get Caleb number one. I could see something like that happening too. There's always going to be a team that gives up way too much, and they're going to get that top spot, and the Bears will collect capital on capital. And if they collect that capital, then they can keep Fields, get Maserati Marv, and then maybe get Alt. Oh, another goal. Boom. 3-2, Cavs. Wow, this game is getting crazy. Ovechkin with the pass. Let me see this pass by Ovechkin again. Wow, what a pass by Ovechkin. Sick. And through the legs. That's tough. Goals. That's what happens when you're a legend. You pass like that, I guess. Vinci. Let's send off. Bo Nix would be a great fit in Denver because you got to think he's mature, right? Then Sean Payton can work with him, even though he's 24. He's got good supporting cast, but they still need more running backs, wide receivers, tight ends. They got some guys, but some guys could be replaced, like Jerry Jeudy, for someone better. Cortland Sutton is a staple. Javonte Williams, they need to get someone better than that. They need, it's like the running back room needs to be improved. Offensive line needs improvement. I like Dulcich at tight end, and I like Cortland Sutton, but they still need kind of a rebirth and a rehaul. But if Bo Nix were to succeed, succeeding with a quarterback guru would help him a lot compared to, going to a team that didn't have one. So I think that we'll see. Bo Nix to Denver, maybe Michael Penix Jr. to the Vikings or Tampa. I mean, some of these situations you can kind of visualize in your head. There's a couple really good offensive linemen. Notre Dame, they got one, and then you got Alt, and then you got the other one, the foreign player. So, is the Penn State, is that the foreign one? Because they have in some mock drafts they have him ahead of Alt. So yeah, I don't know if Denver's going to give up their best player, though, especially if they're going to have to get Bo Nix, someone to throw to that they can rely on, because you're not going to be able to rely on Jerry Jeudy, but Cortland Sutton can score a touchdown every game. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely slept on and underrated, and you're not going to get fair compensation in return from Detroit. So, Bo's going to have someone to throw to in fantasy. But I see your point, though. 62. Well, and it sucks that they're resting a lot of their guys. I mean, I'm not really sure if Rice and Kelsey are only going to play a half or not at all. And like I said, with fantasy and the championship on the line, this last week, I mean, if I didn't have three quarterbacks, I mean, and I didn't have an option, I mean, imagine trying to win a championship and you're left with Baker Mayfield and freaking David, Derek Carr. So not ideal for me. Joe Flacco, Patrick Mahomes, even Mahomes struggling against a shitty Charger defense, though. That would help me out tremendously. But at least I know if Baker can go, I'll have a chance to get to 20 points with Baker and Carr. Going against the Falcons and the Panthers, there's going to be a chance. But also there's a chance for them to fuck up and get 10 points. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Less than 7 minutes to go. Devils 3, Caps 2. Yeah, but if you're looking at the Pro Bowl receivers and you're looking at Evans, AJ Brown, CD, and Puka, yeah, Amon-Ra was deserving. But if you actually look at the stats, with all those guys, I mean, there's an argument that all of them should be in. Puka only needs a few more yards to have the most yards in NFL history as a rookie. Like crazy shit. Like being number one. So shows you Sean McVay is a brilliant man. Like I've been telling y'all, man. He might not be the most playoff depth veteran man squad, but when you got a brilliant coach, even when the team kind of gets past their Super Bowl prime, he's good enough to make people into something. And Puka is one of those guys, which is pretty cool. Donovan Peoples-Jones. We're not really giving him that many targets, and you already got JMO, so I don't think you really need Cortland Sutton there. Like if you just have a healthy JMO and then they get on the ball and they keep improving the offensive line, JMO will be the Deshaun Jackson deep threat. Then you have Amon-Ra in the middle with Laporta. Then you got two running backs with Gibbs and Montgomery. It just need to beef up that O line more. Ragnow, Sewell, keep filling in the holes with the three other spots and improving those other three spots, from the other two that are already solid. And then, keep beefing up the D line, the linebackers, and the secondary, because that's really the main thing that's holding, the Lions back is the defense. Offense is pretty fucking good. I wouldn't mind seeing another, lineman or two improved in the lineup. But the defense, I mean, you need more players. I like Branch, I like Hutchinson, but you need more. The defense is nowhere near where it needs to be able to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl yet, but they're getting there. But they're still good enough where they could upset someone this year. They're good. I mean, if you look at the teams, you got Niners, Cowboys, Lions, right? Those are the three that kind of look the best right now, but things could change. Dallas doesn't do good in the playoffs. Lions don't have a defense, and the Niners are the best team in the NFC. It seems like for now, but and then I don't think anyone thinks Tampa or the Saints are beating anyone. The Rams might be that sleeper team like the Browns that you don't want to face. I think we can agree to that, as well as the Bills. Those are the three sleeper teams. And then, Ravens are the best team in the NFL and the AFC and the NFC. So, but there's still going to be upsets. So, especially in that first, super wild card, weekend, there's always going to be at least one. I mean, somebody's going home, someone that people don't assume is going to be going home early, whether that be the Cowboys or the Lions or the Chiefs or whoever. There's going to be a notable team that is going to we'll see how they all match up here. Popularity contest. If Michael Pittman Jr. was on a better team and they had AR, maybe a better chance, But again, it's when you're a small market team, they don't really give a shit about you. I mean, I should know, being a Tampa fan, Tampa never gets any love for anything. I'm trying to act like Antoine Winfield Jr. ain't one of the best safeties, if not the best, in the NFL right now. The people try to act like he's all right. Okay. Like, look at his stats compared to all the other safeties in the league. He's a man. I mean, there's a safety out there on the Ravens that's pretty good from Notre Dame too, but Winfield is better. But I respect what he's doing. But sometimes it depends on the team that you're on and the success of the team. So, right. But it all depends on who they have at quarterback to get him the ball. So MSU, if the Vikings end up picking up Michael Penix Jr., then they're going to have someone to throw the ball. But again, if it ends up being any of these Hall or Dobbs or Mullins, all those guys suck. They're not good. So, I mean, they'll have to decide if they want to move on from Cousins or not. But those receivers, and then even Madison out of the backfield, Madison, Addison, Hawkinson, Jay Jetta, it's only effective if you have someone that can throw the ball. And the Minnesota offensive line is fucking terrible. So, Matt in the building, what's good? Frank in the building, what's good? Yeah, but like I said, a lot of the awards, it's just kind of fugazi. He's got Jalen Hurts, Brees Hall, Kyron Williams, Robinson from the Rams, Robinson from the Giants, Goddard, Barkley, Raiders D against Denver, and Aubrey. And then I got to go with injured Baker, Rashad White, James Conner, Jay Jetta, Amon Ra, Laporta, Mike Evans, Jets D, and Kaimi Fairbairn. And then my bench has got Mahomes, David Montgomery, Singletary, Zeke, New England D, Juwan Johnson, Carr, Keenan Allen. So we'll see how it goes. I should be able to score more, but I need to have an amazing explosive week, and I need to pray that he doesn't get a whole lot for me to win the championship. But the Bucks, losing to the Saints kind of fucked me over. If they would have played well and won that game, I think I would have won the fantasy championship. But since they played so bad, I didn't get a whole lot of points in that first week. And if you're down by 10 or 15, you can make that up. But I'm not sure if I've ever come back from 40, like over 40 points against someone that's just like me playing like. But we'll see. But I need a big, big day out of the Lions players, and obviously I need Mullins starting, someone to throw the goddamn ball to Jetta, because you could be projected for 20 points, but if no one can get him the goddamn ball, he's only going to get like 10. So I need a big, big day, and of course if the Bucks win right against Carolina, they're in the playoffs. So I'm hoping that that motivation alone, they could have went to the playoffs against the Saints, but their defense is much better than the Panthers. So. But that rib problem for Baker, and then I have no option for Mahomes or Flacco. I was not anticipating that. That screwed up my whole strategy. But I mean, I guess Carr and Baker, it's better than nothing. Both guys have scored 20 within the last month, so it's not impossible for them to do it again. But kind of weird to think that I could win a championship with Baker or fucking Carr. Not ideal, but I guess that's where we're at, right? But I need my wide receivers and my Lions players to go off. And if I end up Baker is injured, which I feel that I don't know if he'll play or not, I'm not going to go Kyle Trask. I'll go Carr and maybe double up with Juwan Johnson, but more than likely I'll just put Montgomery in. So then I'll go Rashad White, Montgomery, and then James Conner at the flex. So that way then I'll have 3 Lions players and then I'll have just 1 Buck player. 29-21 Mavs up on the Blazers. 3-2 Devils, less than 3 minutes to go in the second period. Yeah. But we'll see how it goes. Moving forward, if you just beef up that O-line more and that defense, and once the defense is as good as the offense, then we know that the Lions will be able to go an NFC championship game or two. Like, if they keep working on, the draft and free agency, this seems like this is the first year of maybe a 4 or 5 year stretch where the Lions could make the playoffs or win the division. So if that's the case, you need to make sure that, you just keep things going in a positive direction, and we may be able to see Detroit in the NFC championship game in the next 6 years. And there's a good possibility they may make more than one. The Lions might make two in 6 years. And then out of the two that you make, you got to go to the Super Bowl at least in one of them. Because if you don't hit that window, then who knows how long it's going to take before it happens again. So, Caps ice sucks. Yes, it does. Barroso, all elite. Bo Nix just loves football, and he's doing the Senior Bowl too, which is very cool. One last chance to be able to watch Bo Nix. But he deserves to have a good coach. So, I mean, like I said, if he goes to Denver, I think he could succeed there. He'll have growing pains and whatnot, but he'll have a good coach. And Bo Nix is the complete opposite of Russ. He'll be coachable. So he loves football, family man, cares about his teammates. Like Bo Nix could actually make Denver like somewhat watchable, but we'll see what they decide to do. $40. Let's get to a hundo. But if you end up watching, Good Morning Football, any of the shows now everyone's on this like Michael Penix Jr. thing. Like, if you've been watching NWSF, we've been telling you even before the season started what it was. Now you get people like Stephen A. acting like he's been watching every game of Michael Penix Jr. and everyone else. Hilarious. Bunch of Fugazi frauds acting like they stay up late to watch West Coast games, which is a complete lie. Bunch of liars on damn TV. God, can they get this ice fix, bro? All right, here we go. Let's get some more goals, baby. We got Devils today with a win, and we got Devils on Friday with a win. Tripping. Caps going to the power play, but they fucking suck. Miller going to the box. Yeah, but if Bo is in the Senior Bowl, if it ends up being what Reese's, I usually do that bowl every year. So it's like what? It's like January, February time. So I believe it's around that time period. Even if he only plays a quarter or whatever, I'm definitely gonna soak in as much as I can. And it looks like on January 8th, Monday, we don't even have a Kraken game. Bruins and Avalanche, though, that would have been a good one to do. And then let me take a look. No Monday Night Football, obviously. No Blazer game either. So it looks like that Monday Night Raw is at a perfect time for me to do that. I'm sad that college football is almost over. Slayer, yeah. I miss Mike. I hope he didn't pass away. He loved Slayer. Like Jameson, where are you? Mike, where are you? Hopefully you both of them are okay. I don't know what's going on, out there, but I gotta tell you guys, mental health is very, very important, and you gotta make sure you're looking out for your physical health as well. Very important. Actually found out about one of my friends that I used to date, years ago, or a good friend of mine ended up getting diagnosed with cancer, and she's not even that old. She's in her late 30s, early 40s, so around the same age as me. So some like lymphoma. So I'm praying for her, and hopefully everything can work out. Like I'm losing friends left and right. Damn it. I hope everything goes good though. I sent her a message this morning. All right, Washington power play. 1 minute to go. Come on, Devils. Ovechkin's a good passer. Wow. Carlson, bang, 3-3. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Dolls, big dolls. Wow. Caps. Three to three. We're definitely getting our action in tonight. No blowouts. Oh my. Carlson knotting it up at three, right? They're getting goals at the end of the periods now, too. Like it's like garbage time where everyone is kind of easing up just a little bit. Yes, great save. 37-29 Mavericks beating the Blazers. No, nothing new there. Wow, what a save. That could have been a goal. Wow. One-on-one with like no one near you, and then you got that little five, maybe foot clearance where you can go any direction. Gee. I mean, momentum has already shifted to the Caps. Great save. Big dolls. Nice job, dolls. Entertaining, man. I'm happy. I mean, I wish you were up 3-0, but hopefully you guys can hang on and get some goals in the third period. Oh, baby, there it is. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go. Let's go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. What a goal, baby. Yeah, her name's Tara. Michael McLeod. Good job, Michael. This has been an action-packed matchup. End of the second period, 4-3 Devils. Hey, you want to score a goal? Guess what? I'll score one too. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Let's go. Shit, even the Kraken like that shit. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow. All right, let me know what you want to do for photos. Yeah, I saw that. No, just one of my friends that I used to date and hang out with a long time ago ended up getting cancer, and she's super young too. So prayers up for my friend Tara. Yeah, this is crazy. Like Buda Baker making it over Antoine Winfield Jr. 50 solo tackles, 0 forced fumbles, 0 picks, 0 passes defense. Antoine Winfield Jr. 73 solo, 5 forced fumbles, 3 interceptions, 12 passes defense. And you're telling me Antoine Winfield Jr. ain't the best safety in the NFL? Ridiculous. He's got the best stats. He's playing the best. But again, sometimes it's just like a popularity contest unless you give all pro at Winfield. So. Yeah. Yeah, could have been 5. I don't know. The Pro Bowl stuff is a bunch of bullshit, anyways. Like I said, all pro is what the players care about. They never get it right. And a lot of times, even in the Pro Bowl, it's like the dumbest thing in sports. Like the MLB All Star game is the best, NHL All Star game is second, the NBA All Star festivities are terrible, and that's third. And then Pro Bowl is fourth, and that's terrible also. So $60 to go. Let me know where you want to go for photos. We got one more period to see if the Devils can hang on for my boy Odin Sun. I think that's the only starting lineup that I have in the box still is a Mario Lemieux from like 94. Yeah. Humphrey Jones. Who? Chris Jones, Kelsey Mahomes, and Thuney. (52-34) Mavericks beating the crap out of the Blazers. What's new? Blazers are terrible. Bottom 5 team in the NBA. Terrible. But you know what's not terrible? The Devils. Bobby Hollick, his brother Alka. got you, bro. Found an autograph photo. It's kind of cool. Here's a throwback for you, Odin. One of his old school hockey cards. I'll take the banner down. Oh, baby. Oh, this is cool. I found a Stadium Club one. Stadium Club cards were always expensive, but very cool. Good quality. I got you, bro. Hope you enjoyed those. I didn't collect hockey cards for a long time, but there was probably like a 5-year stretch that I was collecting. Like late 80s to early 90s. You know, that was a lot of the stuff that, you know, if it was a card, I was buying it. Ninja Turtle cards, you know, Garbage Pail Kids, you know, Pro Set cards, cards of like 80s hair bands. Like they had those like rock and roll cards. I bought those. Like anything that was a card, I bought. Magic the Gathering, Pogs, you know, on top of the baseball, basketball, football, hockey. I mean, if they made a card of it, I probably bought it or had my dad buy it for me. I tried to. I actually found my my slammers though. I had 2 really nice slammers. You know, I kept them. I had a Michael Jordan one that was like pretty good size, and it was holographic on the bottom, and then an image of Michael Jordan on the top, and it was like a hard plastic. That one was pretty cool, so I never used that one. I kept it in the plastic, so I was going to keep it as a collector item. And then my favorite one was the O.J. Simpson, and it was gold, and it was hard metal, and on the one side it had him behind bars, and on the other side you flipped it over and it showed the car chase with the Ford Bronco with the cops chasing him, and it had kind of like rivets in design and whatnot. And I thought I lost it forever. And my OJ won me so many battles. Like I mean, I had pogs on pogs on pogs. I mean, I didn't even care what it was, whatever, you know, sports pogs. You know, if it was just random characters, you know, Marvel. I mean, I didn't really care as long as I could win. You know, but I ended up actually finding both. You know, of my slammers and whatnot, still in really good condition too, especially the Jordan, because I didn't use that one, but I definitely used the O.J. Simpson one. I was like, oh, O.J. Simpson, this one's awesome. O.J. Simpson slammer in the slammer. See if I can find a picture of it. You had the Pog Maker. That's cool. This is what I had, though. So you had the weird design, and it was heavy metal. So OJ, guilty or innocent, in the slammer, and he's got the football in the front, right? I was like, oh, that's cool. And then OJ, the chase on the back with the helicopter and all the cop cars behind them. And it's like a heavy metal. So anyone that wanted to play me, it was some like busted up plastic slammer. Good, yeah, nice try. You ain't beating me. You ain't beating me. I won many Pog matchups with that thing. I like stuff that's like a fad or a trend, but then you just like hang on to them. Like I still have a box of Magic the Gathering cards, Shivan Dragon, Leviathan, Force of Nature. I'm a sport guy, and people would think that I would be into that type of thing. But a lot of times, it's like I had to know how to play, so that when I would see like other like nerdy guys like playing and whatnot, because I feel I'm kind of a nerd too, even though I like sports. But I needed to like know how to beat them. And then if we're going to play for a top card that's worth like $20 or more, I need to know how to beat them and whatnot. So that's how I, wanted to play, because I wanted to be able to get the $20, $30, $40, $50 Magic cards, and I could flip them, sell them, battle people and whatnot. And, I don't know. I think it's just kind of cool to, not be a hater and just kind of be open to anything. So pretty cool slammer, though. Let's see if I can find my Michael Jordan one that I had. All right, we're in the third period now. I looked online for the Michael Jordan one. I don't see it. Maybe I have like a one of one, a very rare one. All right, 4-3 Devils. Oh, man, I can't even tell you how many I had, too. I mean, with the cases that you had to buy, they sold them at the card shop. I just loved them, man. But I don't think I have any of my original Pogs. I think I ended up selling them or trading them off for something else. But I still have those original Slammers, though, and those are what's worth the most. Pogs themselves aren't really worth a lot unless you have like some rare ones, like sport related ones. Then you can get some money for those. But not a lot of money, but a little bit. Mortal Kombat Pogs, that's cool. Yeah, I got some like vintage, like I got like Blazer ones. I got some like Barry Sanders ones from back in the day. And hey, you name it, they had a Pog of it. And that's what made it kind of so interesting. It could be like some made up cartoon character. Maybe they have a deal with Marvel and you get Marvel ones, but especially like the X-Men cards back in the day, the hologram X-Men cards were worth a shitload of money too. I remember those. Those were like refractors before refractors. Before a lot of the inserts and whatnot were like a big thing. They used to turn football cards into Pogs. $20 shots on goal for the Devils, 19 for the Caps. Milk cover Caps. Power Ranger Pogs. I've been going through my old bag that has all my like old stuff, and I got like McDonald's Super Mario 3 Mario, like Muppet Babies from like the 80s, like McDonald thing. Like it's crazy that I kept so many things that I thought would be worth money, down the road. And I was like, I wouldn't destroy my toys. Like some stuff I would play like rough with, like my Skeletor, where I ripped the fucking head off of it. And now I find out it's worth like $500. It's probably like my biggest toy mistake ever. But when you're like 3, 4, 5 years old and you're going ham on He-Man and Skeletor is your guy, shit happens. But I think that's the only toy that I destroyed that could be worth a shitload of money. Like if it, based off condition though, if I didn't rip the head off, probably still like a $75 toy, $100 toy, but in the box, that would have been the way to do it. Devils in fourth in the wild card. Milk cover cap. Let me look. Oh, those are cool. Those are neat. Cool designs, and it's like it's got different businesses on there and whatnot. I like those are cool. I like those. Promoting the businesses and stuff like that they have on there, and some of them are going to have like designs, and maybe some are like embossed a little bit with the material. That's cool. I like those. Oh wow, look at that. Milk cap maker. Hog. Wow, that's cool. I never seen that before. I've heard of it, but I never saw one. Matt says, show everyone now. Yeah. Like advertising and stuff like that. Delayed penalty. Pre-watch the Kraken game 8 times. Yeah, it'll be one that people will remember for a long time for sure. Blazers are doing great, 70-44. Golly, that's terrible. Washington power play. Come on, Devils. Entertaining game, though. 7 goals. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything better besides the Devils win. Oh, good save. Give him some help. Big Dolls need some help. Wow, I can't even watch the rest of this Blazer matchup. Not even worth it. Making my brain hurt. Yeah, and I was just, it's cool to be able to like look through that bag and find like the old stuff, like even like micro machines. Like how many kids in the 80s or 90s still have micro machines in their collection somewhere? I only have 3, but the coolest one I have is a Greyhound bus, which is like a much bigger than a normal micro machine, which is very small. I have like an orange car, something else, and then a bus, and I got the Greyhound bus over here on top of my dresser. I have it next to like this 1980s Japanese like ambulance where the back door opens up and whatnot. And I got that when I was like a baby or whatever from Japan. And it's not like Hot Wheels; it's like its own Japan brand. Oh wow, Devils! That's cool. That's your slammer, slammer, bro. That's sick. Is that? Do you have that? Is that your personal collection? It's fucking cool. Mine is just a Muppet vehicle for McDonald's where it's got like little wheels, and I only, like I said, I got a little bit of everything from like the 80s and the 90s, but like if it was a cool collectible, I probably kept it. Here, let me see if I can find it in this bag real quick. I'll show you. Like I don't know what this is, but I know it's from 1988, and this was when I was what 6 years old. But it's like it looks like it's got like little cookies for wheels or whatever on each side. But it's like a little vehicle with like a little Muppet character, and it was like from McDonald's or like Burger King. But like stuff like that, you wouldn't think it would be worth a lot of money, but sometimes, depending on how rare it was, people will still, give you 10, 15, 20, $30 depending on, how rare, the piece was. Cause I mean, how many people are going to have a fucking McDonald's toy from 88 still like in their collection? You know what I mean? But random things like this, for whatever reason, I thought this would be worth money when I was younger and when I was 6 years old, and I didn't throw it away or, get rid of it. I don't know if she's writing an eggplant. Maybe it's like an eggplant with some kind of wheels on it. I don't know, but that's the only Muppet one that I have. But a little bit of everything. There we go. Bang! There's a goal. 5-3 Devils. Bang, baby. They're trying to win this now. Dawson Mercer. Let's go. Let me see it though. Scoreboard got updated, but I haven't seen it yet. Power play ended. Let me see it. Nice pass. Nice pass. Wow, that was pretty. Mercer with his second. Heck yeah. Nice job. Great passing by the Devils today. That's one thing that, if you end up watching this matchup, like they've been setting up their teammates like brilliantly. It's like at the perfect spot and the perfect angle right there. Nice job. 2 goals for Mercer tonight. 5-3 New Jersey, baby. Are they trying to challenge? And I remember this. This one was I don't know if you remember this one, but from like the Ghostbusters series. I was like, oh, cool. Like, football player. This is, me being, I don't know, how old was I? Very young. Let me see if I can find a date on it. It's in the mid 80s. But then, so it's football player, right? And then, and it's got like eyes that pop up. And then you can, I don't know. I always like the crazy, toys that open up and move and they, whatever it may be. But even old school stuff like that. And this one's got some scratches on it because I played the shit out of it. But Ghostbuster toys, anything from the '80s. It's just crazy that that stuff never got thrown away. But like I said, everything has just been collecting in this old Thriftway bag, and it's just been sitting in this Thriftway bag for like, you know, 35 years, just sitting in there. So, but Fraggle Rock. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, Fraggle Rock, and then I gotta look through there to see what else. Yeah, because like I said, some of the stuff I don't remember, exactly where I got it from, but I'm pretty sure that was from the McDonald's or a Burger King uh, thing. But that makes sense. The Fraggle Rock, yeah. And then remember these guys? Where you'd have like the Muscle Man or whatever. I still have my original ones, dude. It's crazy. Like you go back and you're like, oh my god. You're like, I remember those. Just to be able to like have your hands on the old school toys is fucking cool. Oh, that's cool. What year is that from? 5-3 Devils. Very cool. Looks like it's got some age to it. The only thing I have that's like older like that, like I was telling you, I got an original GI Joe, like the big ones. That's like from like the 50s or whatever. And like random Ninja Turtle enemies and stuff. Like most of the stuff is you know I see him because obviously he's transparent and whatnot. But there we go. Vintage. You know about the vintage Beetlejuice? I mean, like I said, if I thought it was cool and collectible, your boy has it still. Street Fighter GI Joe. Heck yeah. For this like bag that I have that's a quarter of the way full. I mean, it's worth a lot. I mean, I got a lot of vintage Hot Wheels, Matchbox. I got a lot of stuff from like the 70s, 80s, and early 90s in there. But it's just cool to be able to like, oh my god, all those cool things that I play, I actually still have them. They didn't get thrown away or sold. 23 shots on goal for both squads. 5-3 Devils. Let's go. Yeah, my favorite GI Joe back, after a while, as I had a '92 Gung Ho, and it came with a bazooka rocket launcher, and you could like put the rocket launcher in, and it would shoot across the room and whatnot. So, sometimes, and I had that, and with an old girlfriend that I was help raising her son, I gave it to him, but I probably should go buy that again. Good memories with that. Good save. Less than 10 minutes to go in the third period. Devils up by 2. Ninja Turtles and Transformers, yeah. Ninja Turtles, Transformers, GI Joes. I liked Skeletor, He-Man, Masters of the Universe. I like that stuff. The Ghostbuster line. Remember, I had one guy, you'd squeeze his legs and his eyes would come out and his tongue and everything. Like, I just like toys that move. Like, they don't make toys like that anymore. Like that's why the stuff in the '80s is worth the most because it had the coolest shit. Like, why do you think GI Joes and Transformers and Star Wars and Ninja Turtles like that shit is worth more than anything that came out in the '90s? They had like Power Rangers and stuff, but that shit ain't worth as much as the '80s toys. '80s toys are worth the most. Like, if you have that shit in the package and you have the rare stuff, You're a rich motherfucker. I'll tell you that. There's nothing that compares with the '80s. Yeah, so that whole time I thought it was Muppets, but it was Fraggle Rock. But that shows you like some stuff I knew where what it was, or obviously it's not like I didn't have cable growing up. I was poor, so it's like I didn't have an opportunity to watch stuff on cable. All I had was ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox until I was like maybe a senior in high school when I moved. So I mean, hell, I was getting people to record Monday Night Raw for me, and Nitro, and those type and Thunder and so those type of things back in the day. I was like, I got to figure out what's going on Nitro. I had a fucking VHS from Weimart, and then I would just give it to a friend, and he would record each episode, and then I would watch it. And then once I was done, I'd give him back the tape and ask him to record it for me, and that way I get to watch it, but I would watch it on Tuesday night, not Monday. So 76. Oh, that's cool. Ninja Turtles that turned into baby turtles, yeah. Or the ones that you could put in like your bath. You'd wind them up and they would kick and stuff. And they had the one that was my favorite was I think it was a Donatello basketball one where it was a sewer basketball and it had the backboard and the rim. And then you would have like, it was like number 23. Maybe it was Leo. I have to look to see who it was. But then you would flip the arms back and then it would shoot the basketball. It was a sewer basketball that was green that fit in the hand. And then you could shoot it into the sewer hoop. And they had like a sports collection back in the early 90s. And of course, the jersey number was 23. '91 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figure Donatello. Oh, I remember I loved the shit out of this thing. Especially when like it was in the Jordan era. So I mean, anything that was basketball related, I was like, oh, okay. This was one of my favorite turtles growing up, just because how much I love basketball. So it came with the sewer hoop, the sewer ball, and then you could put the ball obviously in Donatello's hand there, and you could shoot. And obviously Turtles 23, Jordan, very cool. I mean, you have to capitalize on that kind of stuff as much as you can, right? Good old Raph. I was actually watching the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cartoon from '87, season one. They have a few episodes that are unlocked that you can watch on Prime. Some you have to pay for, but some that are unlocked and whatnot. So I like to watch those. I watched some of those actually last night and this morning. Less than 8 minutes to go. Devils up by 2. No, it's not girly. It's what you're supposed to do, right? I mean, like I said, if you're a girl, that was hot. That was the hot thing. Just like my buddy and kid sister, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy and me, kid sister, kid sister, kid sister and me. You know that goddamn commercial. You old as shit. You remember that? If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. You bring my buddy and kid sister, and that was like they promoted that shit. Crazy how I still remember those commercials and whatnot, sitting in front of the TV, playing with my wrestling figures or my toys, and having those commercials come up. Ralph and Mikey in the original cartoon. The original cartoon is the best one. I mean, same thing with GI Joe, Real American Hero, and Transformers. I mean, that's why all the success from all the other cartoons and movies came out. But I always like the original cartoons. My buddy and the Teddy Ruxpin, yeah, and you can put the tape and then he would talk. Yes. I mean, there's a lot of those toys that either I had or you knew someone in the neighborhood that had them. Never owned a Teddy Ruxpin. I never had the money for that. I never owned one. But I did find my Hot Wheels playset here in the attic, and I still have it. Where it's got like the Hot Wheels garage, and it has like a little thing where you can put the cars, and it folds into like a suitcase and whatnot. It was like beige. And I remember I was talking on the channel, like, oh, I should go buy this and rekindle my childhood. And then I fucking found it. And I still own it. It's awesome. I haven't like fucked around with it or whatever, but it's in the garage now. Love me some Hot Wheels. Yeah, this whole bag is full. All of them, a lot of them are from like the 70s and 80s. A couple Matchbox, from the 70s and 80s, but most of them are Hot Wheels and nice ones too. Camaros, ice cream trucks, police cars, like cool shit. And it's old. They're all like from 83, 79, 77. So I asked my dad about it too. I was like, are we time travelers? Like, what's going on? Like, how come all my Hot Wheels that are, if I was born in 82, all my Hot Wheels should be from 83 to 90, but almost all of them are from the 70s and the 80s. It's weird. They're like, I think I only have like one that's from like 87, but all of them are like older. So I'll take it. They're worth more. Big save there. Less than 6 minutes to go. Devils up 5-3. 25 shots on goal for the Devils, 24 for the Caps. I love me some Hot Wheels vintage. I got some good shit. Like this guy here. I was like, oh, this is cool. I remember playing around with this as a kid, and I was like, oh, neat. And it's like this, like it's kind of like a Ford or a Chevy. I was like, oh, 1977. Bang! Another goal. 6-3 Devils. They're going after it. Let's go. I think you got this one, baby. Nice. Caps are frustrated, but hey, the Caps, they won the first two games 6-4, 4-2. It was time for the Devils to get revenge, and guess what? They are. Odin Sonny's like, the $20 to the sports gods for you. It worked. Not only did I show up, but they won, and we had a good time. That's what it's about, man. Too many guys there in front of the net. Nice job, bro. Michael McLeod. Electric, baby. Yeah, I'll do the Kraken game tomorrow, and then we'll do the Devils on Friday. And then Colts playoff football against the Texans for Sarah on Saturday. And then Dolphins Bills on Sunday. So it'll be fun. And then we'll find out if Reflect wins the championship, which it looks like he will, or if I make some miraculous comeback and I come back and win. But he would literally have to shit in the bed this week, and then I have 100, 110 points, and I have to go off for like 170 and 160, 170. And I don't know if that's possible, but we'll see. When's the last time you put up 6 goals in a matchup, Odin? Oh, almost another one. Yeah, Devils are hella aggressive today on the road. Like they're pissed that they lost those two matchups against the Caps. And the Caps are probably a little tired after that matchup against Sidney Crosby last night. So, yeah. Well, it's like that one matchup in that hockey game that we did where they didn't update the score until like 15 minutes after the game ended. Yes, he did. Maple Leafs and Ducks at 0-0. Penguins Bruins on tomorrow. If the Kraken weren't on, I would definitely be doing that. Two of the best teams in the NHL. Well, Bruins are. Bruins and then Penguins just for Crosby. That one would have been interesting, but we're going to do Kraken, baby. Hopefully we'll feed off that momentum for Joey and his matchup. Who's in net tomorrow, Megan? Joey? Or are they going to have Chris in there? Run against the Senators. Looks like Joey, and then they have Chris. 9 wins, 5 losses. Chris is 1 win, 0 losses, baby. We're 15, 14, and 9. We're above 500, Megan. We did it. 14 and 19 is Ottawa. So, like I told you, we had to do is just get above 500, and then we can get on a little bit of a streak. And then they made the proper changes. Joey has played great, and I can't wait for Grew to come back if he can be a positive influence there. When he's ready, and then we'll go from there. So. I mean, I don't mind if Chris starts if he plays well. It might actually be a good game for him to start where he might be able to win. If we can get some support with some goals. So, yeah, but we had to work this hard to get to 500, so at least we're above, and now we got to continue to get a few games above, like 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and then that way if we lose one, we're still up 2. But yes, I agree. We have to be able to fight to get to 500, which we did, and now we have to fight to stay above. So. Well, Grew and the offense kind of got us in a hole that we had to dig ourselves out of. And again, like you mentioned, not being very good in power plays, not being very good in net early on. And I think we've kind of turned a corner a little bit. And then beating the Vegas Golden Knights 3-0 in the Winter Classic. Are you kidding me? We should have lost 3-0 or maybe 3-1. But instead, we shut them out and embarrassed them, just like they're embarrassing jerseys, and we made them understand who the Kraken is. So. That felt good. I know. I wouldn't mind either. Like I said, Joey's been hot, but if they want to give him a rest, after the Winter Classic and go Chris, I think Chris could win tomorrow. So I think it would be like a matchup that if you put him in there, if we get support, which I think we will, I think we could win tomorrow. That could be giving both goalies confidence, or they might just go with the hot hand and just go with Joey because he's our number one right now. So I know. But at some point, things got to change. Like I said, we got into a rhythm last year, and we have to find a way to get into a rhythm this year. Shot ourselves in the foot. We got to dig ourselves out. All right, less than a minute to go, and the Devils are about to win. Odin Son's loving life. I'm excited for the Kraken tomorrow. We got Penguins, Bruins, Sabres, Canadiens, Blackhawks, Rangers, Blue Jackets, Flyers, Canucks, Blues, Flames, Predators, Avalanche, Stars. I would have done that. Wow, that's a good one. Lightning, Wild, Islanders, Coyotes. Wow, I'll watch that at the same time. And then we got Kraken, Senators at 7. So, wow, Avalanche, Stars at 5. I'll be watching that. I'll tune in while I'm making the thumbnail early on. All right, we got a quick penalty here, and then we'll wrap this up. Look at this. XP15 Super Soaker from the 90s. Let's see what year it's from. 1995. Mini Super Soaker. Collectible. Why do I have this? I have no idea. Or the original green Super Soaker. There it is. Boom! Final score. Devils 6. Caps 3. Now, I don't know. I never, like I said, I'm not a hoarder. but I only kept things that I thought would be valuable or something I would care about. And it's kind of crazy that at 41 years old now, when I was 5 to 12, I realized what was going to be worth money and what would be cool when I would be older. And yeah, I definitely like being able to show you guys some of those things. So, and then now you'd be able to the Fraggle Rock. That makes more sense because I looked at it and I was like, this is Muppets. I was like, it's got to be something different. And then you figured it out. So let me see. I'm just going to put in McDonald's Fraggle Rock and it'll come up with the toys. There they are. Here they are. You called it. An ode to Fraggle Rock Happy Meal toys right here. And I only had one. Megan, that's a good eye, too. But again, I never watched it. It sounds like you guys did, but I never did. Fraggle Cars is what they call them. So there they are. I had the far right one, well, eggplant or whatever it is. But then there's the other ones. I never had the other three, but I got the one on the far right. I said, oh, I better keep this, and I did, and I did. There they are. Fraggle Cars is what they were called. Oh, here we go. I remember this though. Look at this. Man, all my sports information has clouded my memory of some of the McDonald's toys, but here's the banner for it. I remember this. McDonald's Happy Meal featuring Jim Henson's Fraggle Rock. Collect all four. All right, Devils. I see you. Nice win for Odin's son and the Devils, baby. There you go. All right. Anything else that you guys want to be able to see here before I go? I'm gonna, take Paisley on a walk and eat dinner and whatnot. Is there anything else that you guys want to see between Odin and Megan for the people that donated? You let me know, and then I'll be back tomorrow for the Kraken at I believe 7 p.m. There'll be a late stream tomorrow, and then Blackhawks and Devils will be at 4 p.m. Pacific on Friday, so that'll be a little bit earlier. There's only 3 games on: Blackhawks, Devils, Hurricanes, Caps, Jets, Ducks. So I want to do Blackhawks for Connor Bedard and the Devils for Jack Hughes and Odin. So, all right, Odin, I appreciate you, bro. Congrats on the win. I'll get you a couple Tom Blythe, and we'll take it from there. 'Tom Black, Hunger Games, Tom Black, Billy the Kid, Tom Black, Tom Black. Nine goals. I don't know if anyone anticipated that. That was pretty sweet. I enjoyed that matchup. That was fun. Oh, I got you, Matt. I got you. Long hair, don't care. Just saying, she should grow that hair out. She looks better. I know it's her signature look with the short hair and the red lipstick and everything, but Matt's like, oh, I'm in love. Calm down, bro. Defend the D. All right, we'll throw up a little bow next so he can stop drooling. He's like, damn, O-Dog, you're good. Damn right. Defend the deep. Shout out to Odin's son and Megan for helping out today. Appreciate you guys very much. Go, baby. Bo knows. What's up, man? I'm streaming still. I'm almost done, though. Yes, that's what I'm doing. Yeah. Yes. Z. 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 Yeah, what's up? Yeah, yeah. Nice. Uh-huh. 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 Yeah, send it to me. Nice. Dude, are you kidding me? That's a really good conversion rate, dude. Uh-huh. Dude, for sure, it's Nash, dude. Anything that's Kevin Nash or Scott Hall, you know how much we love that. I mean, we're nerds about that type of stuff. So I'll send me the link, dude. All right. New world orders. Sell the tickets to DC Dog, so we can't go to Raw. We're gonna go to 300 level, center court, and then look across on the TV side with the monitors. Sneak down and high five wrestlers. Jump in the ring. Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great. What time are you swinging by on? What time are you swing? You don't know yet. Okay. I don't know either. We'll figure it out. Okay, let me know though, so that way I can get things prepared with Paisley and everything. So, all right, send me the link with the Kevin Nash. All right, bye. All right, I think we're pretty much done. That was just Preston calling me about the Kevin Nash, the Click podcast, and he's gotten 2 questions answered live on the podcast out of like 5 questions. So that's pretty good. So he's going to send me the link and stuff. So that's always awesome. Well, I love you guys and I appreciate you guys very, very much. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Shout out to everyone watching on Twitter/X. Final score, Devils 6, Caps 3. And then we will be live tomorrow for the Kraken at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Shout out to Odin's son and Megan with the donos to help us out. I appreciate that very much. Sarah always rocking it. Same thing with Matt as well. I appreciate you guys. And I got one question for you. Who talks sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. And I'm out. Gang.